Hello, everybody. Cecil Pearson Jr. Part 2 for today. Emotional damage. That's what we're about to be talking about here. We'll wait for some folks to get in before we go. And if you don't mind, son, put that on my C charger, please. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Not going to do personal shout outs. Just say hello to everybody. Y'all know when I come on here at this time of day, it generally ain't a good thing. But it could be, depending on how you look at it. I'm going to cover a couple of issues here. I had to go and tend to some stuff and pick up my insulin and stuff like that. Boy, that stuff's high. But it is what it is. You got to have it or you got to die if you're a diabetic. But anyway, went and got my insulin. This ain't got nothing to do with that, Squidward. Stopped by a place and got myself something to eat. Didn't eat before I left the house. And, well, I take 50 units of insulin at night, and that's a lot. So I had to get something to eat. Got me something to eat at a little cheap Chinese buffet. Went up there to pay. And there's a lady there. She's raising Cain with a little Chinese woman. And the Chinese woman wasn't having it. Now, the best I could get from it, and yeah, I was listening. The best I could get from it was this woman had brought somebody into the buffet and they ordered a buffet. Well, the buffet is $8.95 plus your drink, which totals out to $10. That's all you can eat for $10. What do you want? I mean, really and truthfully, what do you want? How much better can that get? All you can eat of anything they got in there, that sushi, the fried stuff, the beef and broccoli, the chicken and broccoli, the General Tso's chicken. It's a Chinese buffet, folks. You know what's on them. $10 for your drink and your meal. What more could you ask for? Well, this lady, she carried this other person in there. And when it come time to pay, the one lady that she carried didn't want to pay because she's sick, see, and all she had was soup. Number one, what are you doing going to a cotton picking buffet if you sick? Stay home. Ain't nobody want what you got. Keep your sick tail at the house. You want some soup? Let somebody bring it to you. But don't be in there being sick. Number two, if you knew all you was going to eat was soup, why didn't you just order some soup instead of ordering the buffet? The soup is like $3 or $4 for a quart of it. You ain't going to eat a quart of soup, I guarantee, especially if you're sick. So for $3 or $4, you get a quart of soup, right? But you're going to go up there and you're going to sling a fit because you and your eating partner both ordered buffet, and when you got the bill, it reflected what you ordered. How is that the lady's fault behind the register? She don't know what you ate. She didn't watch. All she knows is you ordered a buffet, you got charged for a buffet, you pay for a buffet. And this woman's just going off. And she finally hollers, just drop it. I'll just pay, just drop it. Couldn't help but notice, sticking out of the woman's handbag was a Bible. Ooh, as a preacher, that set me off. But I didn't say nothing. Well, the Chinese lady tells her how much her bill is. The woman slams the money at her, almost throws it at her. And she's making a change. And then she starts talking again. To which I finally spoke up and said, in order for her to drop it, ma'am, you got to shut up about it. Mind your business. I said, it is my business. You made it my business when you started interjecting on my time and my ears your nastiness while toting the Bible. You made it my business. I've never been so disrespected my whole life. To which a gentleman standing there side of me said, maybe if you showed respect, you'd get some. You get what you give. And then she tried to have it with him, and he turned his back on her. He wasn't having it. And he wasn't going to argue. He just turned his back on her. Well, she turned around and started at me. And I told her, I said, I ain't the one. I'll call you on the carpet right now about that book that's in your bag. What does that book say? How you supposed to act? Where you supposed to be? What are you supposed to be reflecting? You ain't doing none of your job. You're being nasty. Why are you even here when somebody's sick? Ain't nobody want what y'all got. Get out of here. Now, she paid and she left. That was pretty much the extent of my, shall we say, issue while we were out. Then I get back home and I'm confronted, because someone sent me a video, I'm confronted with this video. This is where I'm going next. Of a woman slinging a fit because she had her pet, her dog, in a Home Depot and he weren't on no leash. And there was another dog in Home Depot that was on a leash. Well, the little dog had big dog syndrome, thinking it could jump on that pit bull and win. The pit bull whipped that little dog's backside. Why are you people carrying your dog to Home Depot? Stores are not meant for pets. Well, Brother Cecil, I need my emotional support animal to go shopping. Then stay home. If you can't go at the store without a dog, a turtle, a lizard, a squirrel, a chipmunk, for that matter, keep your tail at the house. I remember as a child, it was illegal to bring an animal into a store where food was sold. And in case you didn't notice, Home Depot, Lowe's, and all that, they got drinks, they got chips, they got snacks in there. So food sold there. It would have been illegal back when I was a child to carry an animal inside that place of business because food was sold. It would also have been illegal to go inside it without a shirt on or without shoes on. I don't know what the issue is or where it became. Well, I've just got to have my emotional support animal or I can't go do nothing. Bull pudding. Bull pudding. You don't want to let your animal stay at the house. That animal ain't been trained to be in the public. That animal ain't been trained to be around all them kind of folk. That animal ain't been there and don't do well around that many strange people. I'm going to tell you now, if your emotional support animal bites me, I'm going to have your house, your car, and everything else you own, because I'm going to sue you till you don't even own a pair of socks. Now, that's how I am about it. I'm going to flat tell you, let your emotional support animal cause me emotional damage or bodily harm, and see, don't I take everything you got, because you should have had better sense than to bring an animal into a store. This ain't Petco, honey. This ain't, what's that other one? Petco, PetSmart. This ain't none of that where you take pets to. This is a place of business designed for human beings, not dogs, cats, squirrels, possums, raccoons, or any other kind of animal. If you need emotional support, maybe you need to be a little closer to God. Maybe you need to have a better relationship with Jesus. Maybe, just maybe, you need to practice what you preach. Because if you can't go to a store without having a fuzzy to pet, you've gone anyway. Ain't no hope for you. Ain't no hope for you. And I know I might be getting on some of y'all's toes, and I don't care. I really don't. Enough is a cotton picking enough, man. Want to take your dog with you to town? Leave your dog in the car. Just make sure it can get air and it's got water. Make sure it ain't going to overheat while you shopping. But that dog ain't got no place in a Walmart unless it's a service dog for the blind or a serious handicap. I'm sorry, emotional distress for me ain't no serious handicap. For y'all it might be, but for me it ain't. It ain't no reason to have a handicap placard. All right? This is just some common sense. How you gonna take your dog into a store? It ain't on no leash, and you gonna let it run around, and then when something happens to it, you gonna blame somebody else. You the one at fault for bringing the cotton picking thing, and second, not even having it on a leash. So shut your mouth. It's your fault your animal got injured. You're a bad steward of animals. You're a bad steward of the planet. And if you claiming to be a Christian, you're a bad one of them too. I'm going to do this just one time. Do you know where Gail is, Cecil? Where you at, Gail?
I'm in here.
Come here a minute.
I'm trying to catch him for the ice maker. I almost got it done.
Come over here a minute.
Well, I ain't doing nothing. I swear. I ate all my Wheaties and everything.
This is my emotional support animal. This is my emotional support human being.
Thanks for correcting that.
This is the one that keeps me out of trouble 90% of the time, 95% of the time. She's the one that is the angel on my shoulder going, don't say that, don't do that, don't do that. And she's also the one that stands between me and anybody trying to get after me. This is emotional support. Not a dog, not a cat, not a turtle, not a possum, not a chipmunk or a squirrel, not a hyena, not a lion, not a tiger, not a bear. Human beings.
Dude, if you took a bear into Walmart, ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you about it.
Pretty much. Lion or tiger neither. They're like, oh, wrong store, I'm leaving. But thank you. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the ice maker now.
Now, if you need emotional support, take a human being. They generally know how to act in public. They're trained for it. Gail's laughing because she don't. They're trained for it since they was little. Okay? They're trained for it. But I'm sorry. If you're one of these people that take your dog into a store, you're wrong for that. You understand that? I don't care I don't care how mad you get at me. You're wrong for that. If you need emotional support, you take a human being or you talk to your family members or you go with a friend. But you don't take something that could potentially hurt somebody else because they're not trained for it. I don't care how well trained your dog is. If it gets around another dog that's got a testicle and it's got testicles, they're going to argue and fight. It's a dominance thing. If it's got a uterus and it gets around another dog with a uterus, they're going to argue and fight. It's a dominance thing. It's called primal urge. And dogs are nothing but primal animals. Let me tell you something. Come here, Jake. This is my Jakey. This is my Jakey poo right here. Yes, it is. All right, Jake's a good dog. He is one of the most loving things that there is. Down you go, Jake. Come on, Ace. Your turn. This is my Acey boy. Acey boy loves his daddy. Oh, he's a good baby. Yes, he actually enjoys hugs, don't you, buddy? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's my boy. This is my good boy right here. This dog will eat your leg off and won't think twice on it. I know better than to carry this boy into old Lowe's or someplace. He'll bite the fire out of you. He will eat you and won't even chew. He'll just swallow you whole. Ain't that right, buddy? Yeah. All right, down you go. Come here, Speedy Pete. Come here, Ace. Come on, Speedy. And this is my Speedy Pete. Yeah. Speedy Pete don't like nobody except me and Cecil much. I wouldn't dare carry him to a store. I wouldn't. And I wouldn't take Jake to a store. I wouldn't. Why? Because they're dogs and they can hurt somebody. I just don't do it. I was raised that your pets stay at the house. But see, that's changed in today's day and time. Everybody thinks, I can do what I want because I'm special. I'm special. You'll just have to make an agreement with me. You're going to have to agree to let me do what I want to inside your business. Got news for you, honey. You bring a dog in a restaurant I'm running. See just how fast I show you the door with your dog. I ain't having it. You bring a dog into an auction that I'm running and see just how fast I show you to that door. I don't care if you're blind, dumb, half crazy, and walk with a limp and missing 3 fingers. You ain't bringing an animal into one of my businesses. It's not happening. I've seen people with emotional snakes. What emotional support does that snake provide for you? Please tell me. What emotional support can a bearded dragon supply for you? Please tell me. They're cold-blooded creatures. They're reptilians. They have no emotional connection to you at all other than you're their source of food or you become their food. That's it. I've seen people come in a store with an emotional support tarantula. Let me tell you something. As somebody with arachnophobia, I hit that door quick, fast, and in a hurry. Left over $400 worth of stuff in a buggy. And the Walmart lady said, "Where you going?" I said, "Where that spider ain't." "Oh, it'll be at the back of the store in a minute." I said, "What's going to make it stay back there? I'm out. You can put that stuff back. Y'all going to allow that kind of stuff in here? I won't be in here if I see it." Not happening. I'm out. I'll go somewhere else and get what I need, but I ain't buying nothing from him. Not as long as that spider's in here. I'm done. See you. Bye. And she got a kick out of it. She laughed. She thought it was hilarious. But I'm legitimately terrified of a freaking spider, y'all. You would be too if hundreds had rained out of a tree on you. I ain't going to be around one. Not happening. Well, Walmart's a big place, Brother Cecil. It is. And the chances of you with your spider walking by me is extremely high, which means I'm not going to be in there. I'm going to be on the outside of where that thing is at. I ain't had it. But everybody's become so soft these days. Oh, I got to have emotional support animal. I got to have an emotional support arachnid. I got to have an emotional support reptile. I got to have an emotional support whatever. Speaking of reptiles, did you hear about the fellow's chameleon that wouldn't change colors? Yeah, it had a reptile dysfunction. Have fun with that. Guys, I love y'all. I do. But you need to understand something. If you need emotional support, you need to talk to God. You need to have a human. You don't need to have animals in the store. You just don't. They're not made for it. Stores aren't made for it, and the dogs aren't made for it. You're stressing that animal that you claim to love, you're stressing that animal out by putting it in a situation like that. You're stressing that animal out. And that's not fair to the animal, and that's not fair to the people that's walking around that may be afraid of your animal. Okay? Leave your animals at home. That's where they belong. And be a decent human being. And if you're going to carry a Bible around, you better reflect the man that inspired that book. Or leave the Bible at home. Because I'm sick to death of getting a bad rap as a Christian because some of you folk don't know how to act. Love you. Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, Miss Sue, I'm terribly sorry, but I'm not sorry. It was a joke. And I'm sorry if you don't like it. Bye.